seen my video a couple of weeks ago with my Record Store Day 2025 haul, my treasures. I did mention there was one I didn't have, and that was Thompson Twins Into the Gap Live, which I really wanted. It's the only one I couldn't find. But a friend of mine found it for a reasonable price, because this is going for stupid money on eBay. So I did have a little rant at the end of that last video. But a friend of mine did manage to find it for £34, which is the original price, which is great. Considering it's a double vinyl, colour vinyl, it's a great price. So for those who don't know, obviously Thompson Twins is definitely one of my favourite bands. You can see the Anniversary Into the Gap album just behind me. But they were an English pop band, formed in 1977 in Sheffield, of all places. Initially they were like a new wave band, but switched to more kind of mainstream pop. And they achieved considerable fame and fortune with that change. I think initially they were like a 7-group band, and it kind of went down to the 3 that we know, Tom, Alana and Joe. That became the hit makers, Thompson Twins. Where they got their name from, they got their name from two bumbling, it says, this is a text, this is what it's got. So 2 bumbling detectives, Thompson and Thompson, who were close doubles, not twins. In the English language version of The Adventures of Tintin. Yeah, so that's where they got the Thompson Twins from, was Tintin, from the 2 bumbling detectives. I love that text. So it was the anniversary of Into the Gap. I did the video on that. If you haven't seen that, I have done a video on that. Great colour vinyl. And for Record Store Day 2025, they released the famous Into the Gap Live album on vinyl for the first time. So it captures the Thompson Twins in their peak performance. Here we go, look at the artwork, classic Thompson Twins. We're going to talk about the artwork in a second, show you the vinyl. So Thompson Twins at their peak, performing songs from 1984 hit album Into the Gap. Known for the vibrant mix of synth pop and new wave, the live album showcases the band's energetic stage presence and polished musicianship. Featuring all the iconic tracks, you know, you've got Hold Me Now, Doctor Doctor. Now, Doctor Doctor on this is probably one of the best versions I've heard. You know, if you know Doctor Doctor, it starts with that bass line, arpeggiated bass line. It comes in with just that for ages, so you can imagine that in a massive auditorium, and you can hear the crowd going crazy. I mean, it's a really good intro. Like, all the tracks sound very different. The intros are very different. The Doctor Doctor on this is a longer intro. So it's a great version of Doctor Doctor, but all the hits are on here. A lot of the tracks from Into the Gap. There's a few from the previous album. You remember the Quick Step and Side Kicks, a few on there as well. So... You Take Me Up, I mean, that's a great performance on here as well. So this was recorded at the Del Mar racetrack in Southern California during a period of international success. The album offers fans a dynamic experience, blending chart-topping hits with the lively atmosphere of their live shows, cementing the band's legacy in 1980s pop. Because originally this was released on VHS, so if you remember that, the older generation out there who are Thompson Twins fan, VHS tape in 1984, videotape of this whole concert. So this is the first time that performance has been presented as an audio recording on vinyl, and it's on turquoise vinyl and yellow, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And this is exclusive for Record Store Day 2025. Now, if you can find this, please go and find this. It's a great album. You've heard me say this before. Normally, I'm not a great fan of live recordings or records, but this I am. It's a really good recording. I said I've done the Sex Pistols as well. There's a new one coming for that as well. The third in the trilogy of the Sex Pistols libraries is coming soon. But this is recorded so well. I'm really kind of so glad this came out on vinyl, because I never had that original VHS tape. I knew it existed. You've seen my previous Thompson Twins videos. I was in the fan club. I did get a lot of stuff of the Thompson Twins, but I never got that VHS live. But I did see it. I'm sure it's been aired on TV as well, and I have seen elements of it. But the front sleeve, you've got the classic Thompson Twins logo. The text Thompson Twins. You've got some shots from a shot from the live. And then this shot here has been used a lot of promotion for originally 1984 for the Into the Gap. I remember having posters and everything on this. And obviously with me, I love my hype stickers. So again, the hype sticker, Thompson Twins, Into the Gap Live, released for the first time ever on limited edition turquoise and yellow vinyl. And obviously, the part of the logo is the 3 aeroplanes, the blue, red and yellow. They have their little colours each as well. The back, again, you've got the 3 aeroplanes there. You've got another live shot. You've got the planet, which is appeared a lot on the artwork of Into the Gap as well. So on here, you've got tracks like... the intro is so good on here. You've got The Gap, Day After Day, Judy Do, perfect track. Watching, You Take Me Up, Hold Me Now, Doctor Doctor, Love on Your Side, Sisters of Mercy, Name of Love, Lies. So it's all Into the Gap with a few extras put in there as well, especially things like Love on Your Side, In the Name of Love. They were like massive kind of club hits at the time. So it was good to kind of see them on here. Inside, as I said, it's on a double vinyl. So vinyl number 1, the inner sleeve. Again, you've got all the credits where it was recorded, who the band were, another live shot, the spaceships again, a lovely blue as well, really well presented, and not flimsy as well. It's a really nice, strong card. The other side, exactly same as the front, but you've got an extra plane here. I don't know what that's supposed to represent. Inside, I'll show you the vinyl. Be really careful with this. I mean, look at that yellow vinyl. I mean, that's gorgeous. Again, I'll put it over. And obviously with the Thompson Twins logo with the blue and that great yellow vinyl. And the second vinyl with this, I think this was inside the original. So this was the Thompson Twins fan club. They used to call it T-Fax, and I was a member of the fan club. You remember the previous video I showed my original badge as a 14-year-old. I did have most of this. The T-shirts are great. So this is like the original merchandise. Like Toya did it recently as well with one of her reissues with the album. She kept the original merchandise. Now I hope to God no one's going to kind of start sending all of this off thinking that this exists, and it's why they've actually marked out the address where to send your payment to, because they just know someone's going to do it. I did have most of this. I had some of the t-shirts, I had the flag, I had the postcards, I had the badges as well. I had a lot of this. I was a massive Thompson Twins fan. At the other side, it's got some text. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to represent, but what this says is, when we came to town and all the freaks and misfits who'd be bullied could feel normal. That was such gratification when we got off stage, especially in America, we were the ones getting abuse. Don't look at the animals walking through America with our lipstick and eye makeup on, still on. It could get hairy. And at the bottom it says, Joe recalls touring the US for Into the Gap. It's quite interesting. I would like to kind of know more a little bit about this. Inside, again, this is the turquoise vinyl. I'm just going to be a bit careful, so all you haters out there, don't give me a hard time for like throwing my vinyl around. Again, you've got the lovely turquoise blue. I've got to say, this is probably the nicest blue. The first time I've actually seen this kind of coloured vinyl. I might have seen it on a Wu-Tang album, but it's a lovely blue, a lovely turquoise. Again, you've got the logo, Thompson Twins Live. Great pressing as well on colour vinyl. The pressing, sound quality is great. The frequency range on it is great. A great live recording, really well put together. And it's something that I thought I'd never ever see, was this on Record Store Day, the live Into the Gap. And obviously it's carrying on the celebration for the anniversary of Into the Gap. I'd love to see it for the album afterwards. We're going to do one on the album that followed Into the Gap, because I think that is, again, another underrated album, so hopefully they're going to do something for that as well. But that was Thompson Twins Live, Into the Gap, a Record Store Day 2025 exclusive, with all the hits on 2 vinyl, yellow and turquoise. A must-have for any kind of vinyl collector and any Thompson Twins fans. Okay, if you don't know it, check it out. It is available on a lot of the download stores now that you can have a listen to without having to trying to search the vinyl. And have a look around, because people still are selling this at a reasonable price. Do not go to eBay. Some of the prices are just ridiculous. Again, I don't want to go into a rant, but check this album out, Thompson Twins, Into the Gap Live, 1984. Thank you.